Okay, in this flight, I was asking what the PID values were doing from the rotisserie testing I had done. And I had wanted to test out what the automatic routines were going to do. And so I basically did what the quick tune was going to do on the test stand, which was increase the P and the I value until it observed oscillation. And so I did that on the test stand, and it was looking in the range of 3 to 5 hertz, which would be like 3 to 5 per second. So you should be able to see that amount of oscillation, and I couldn't see any of that on the test stand. So I tuned up the values as high as reasonable on the test stand, even to the point of desyncing the motor so you could hear the gears kind of grinding, and then I backed it off from that, thinking that this test flight I would see, some kind of oscillation. But it turns out the drone was tuned way too tight. And so the type of oscillation that you see isn't really like visible in how it's banking, but you can hear it in the motors, it turns out, because of the distributed batteries, the moments of inertia are really high, and so it damps out whatever oscillation you would see in kind of a normal drone with the mass concentrated like at the center, like a point mass. So as it's flying along, there's several points, but you can hear it where some combination of pitching forward, left to right, and yaw causes it to have like an audible oscillation, but you can't really see it visually oscillating. And so there is an oscillation of sorts, and it's probably due to the D term, the feed forward. So it's basically there's an integral in there, and so it's taking noise and it's integrating it. And so once it starts oscillating, then it integrates that, creates more oscillation. And also qualitatively, it was tuned like extremely tight. Like if you move the sticks, even like the smallest movement that you could do with your fingers, with your hands on the control sticks, like it was moving all over the place. And so it was pretty hard to fly and get it back onto the landing platform, actually. But I did learn that backing it off from the values on the rotisserie stand where you get desyncing of the motors, even back from that, you can tune the drone way too tight and it's still stable to fly. And so it does provide like a lot of margin of error before desyncing the motors. So that was a good learning, but I didn't end up using the automated routines to really do the tuning. So it led me to understand I need to do the tuning manually, basically, on the rotisserie stand.